Hey guys, Cripple Fosking Australia. Welcome back if you're old, and if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe. So welcome to everyone who's just joined the channel. Thank you so much. That video is going crazy. And I've just been monetized now, so if you want to help, you can join the memberships programs, only $2.99 for the first one, and if you really want to help, I think it's like $8 or something. But yeah, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to show you, because I just come down this gully. This is on my farm. And I was just noticed that, there was a quick flash flood, and I love checking out all these granites and stuff on the hills. I think it's nice. But there's no gold here, so don't get me wrong. It's got all the nice mixtures. It's just full of granite just here. Just don't have that quartz and the ironstone that we need. But what's going on is I'm going to show you how to read a creek, because we've literally got a miniature model set up by Mother Nature right now. So I'm just going to show you this pretty much. So you can use this. You can use this on large scale, very large scale. So this will give you a really good idea of where your heavies are dropping on your inside bends on your rivers and stuff. This will really help. Because I watched a video with a couple of other prospectors and YouTubers doing it, and it's helped me so much, and I want to do the same. I want to help how I can in this way as well, because it really, really showed me like where I should be looking instead of where I'm wasting my time kind of thing. And this really shows it, because it's just straight onto just some clay, just some basic cranny clay. And yes, I've tested it, there's no gold here unfortunately. But yeah, so it's just blowing off all the material and just leaving heavies, and it's just super obvious. So let's have a look. So, all right. So first thing we have here is, your stream. So your stream's coming down here. Beautiful spot. I love this farm. But anyway, yes, you see stream coming down here. We've got a waterfall, and you go, okay, just under the waterfall. Look at that. If you can see, no, that angle sucks. You can see all these gravels here. They've only just started piling up about a metre from that waterfall. So look at that. See your heavies, and you think that would be creating a nice inside bend, but look, it's not. It's actually not. It's actually very sandy, not that great at all. And then as you get further back, so let's get a better view from back, you can see now we've got the inside bend here, and look at all this. You got your gravels building up here. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find that perfect bloody angle, but yeah, see, that's your inside bend. And you can see right here, start to accumulate. But a higher, not as much heavy. See, right at the tip. This only happens in certain spots. At the start of the point where it's depositing, sometimes it can be a waste of time like that. See, this seems to be on the end. It's only certain situations where you'll have this. And yeah, look at all. You can see all the larger heavy rocks are just forming just there and then coming around, and it's because of that little corner. And if you zoom out, you can see the corner, and then we follow it down, and you've got your little pockets, your pools, and yes, they definitely catch your heavies, as you can see. So your little heavy rocks just accumulating in there. See, not just on the inside bend, depends what's underground. See, this isn't letting anything deposit. And you'd expect in here to be loaded, but look, there's nothing. But a little further down, boom, where the velocity drops off. And then here's another waterfall. You go, all right, waterfall, heaps of good gold underneath. No, but further along, just a couple of feet away, big rock. Right there, so does this give you an idea? Deposit there. Few little deposits here, nothing there at all. Nothing here, and then all of a sudden, boom, right here. You can see it accumulating along here now. I'm so sorry for that lighting, guys, but you can just see your heavies are all gathering on the edge here, and it's all just sand here. It's a waste of time on this huge inside corner. Look at this, see? You got this creating a big drop off, and you're like, oh, okay, there should be heaps of gold there, but no, it's actually just crap. And it was actually being deposited right along here. And see, you start to get your fines here, but your heavies are sitting on that edge where the velocity just drops off. You can see the line of rocks. Look at the heavies. Then a really big section here. See, this is where you want to be looking. So you're in your creek, it starts flattening out. People be going in here. See, look. When you get up here, fair enough. But in a large scale, that's probably 200-300 meter walk. But you can see right here, sandbar, and then where the main velocity is going, look at that. Your heavies are lazy. And they're just depositing right on this edge. Isn't that interesting? See, this is what you need to get your head around, guys. And look, I'll dig into the sand, but once you get through the sand, of course, you'll have your bigger stuff. Well, not particularly. Not particularly. There you go. Just a waste of time on that sandbar. But over here, you know, big rocks, you know, bigger stones. That's what you'll be looking for, your gravels, technically. And then big rock here. How's that deposited there? Let's find out. So, it's coming along here, absolutely bashing through. You can see all your heavies are actually depositing in a line like this. A huge rock right there. So it's going straight through here. And then you've got a drop off there. See, around this corner, another drop off. Very big deposit. You could call this a cut. You could call this a tree in your river. This could be a tree blocking your path. Look at the deposit it's causing because it's slowing down all that water. Just at the right point. And then, this is another thing we get to as well, which is how the bars change the river. Like, so your sand gravel build-ups where you get your mounds and you go, how are they formed? Is there any rocks under there? Is it just sand? Is it this or that? Well, let's have a look. So, as you can see, after a while, I've got a little sandbar there, and that'll be diverting the river eventually, as you can see. So that'll be technically an island in your river. So now we get to another corner. I'll come back a bit further so you can see what's going on. So you can see it's coming around. Now this is the new inside corner. So what's going on here is a massive humongous trees falling down here, right? And so look what's created. Massive sandbar. It's slowed down so much that your heavies have accumulated and then the sand starts settling on top. And I'll show you now. And how did I know that? How did I know there was actually sand in this pile and not that one? Well, that's because how do I explain it? It's a very high velocity and low velocity point. So you get a lot of movement there. So there won't be much settling. It'll be mostly sandbars and stuff. But down here is actual deposit created by this huge rock. And yeah, you can see behind the rock, huge, technically boulders and boulders behind this, just because of that inside bend. And this humongous tree that's fallen down over the river. And so you can see it's just loaded with gravels. But I guarantee that was right on the edge where the velocity drops off. That's how I knew there's going to be gravels there. But I'll come in here, up on your bench. Most of the time this is worth it, guys, but imagine how much overburden that is to dig through. And then we get to the bottom and there's absolutely nothing there. Not a single rock. Just sand. Does that give you an idea of what's going on now, guys? So you're looking right at that point where she's dropping off here. And then, as you know, this caused another huge boulder to sink here and it's created another deposit. And you see how it deposits in line with that river? See right behind the rock? No good. You can see there's nothing right behind the rock. It's just drops behind it and there's a nice V here. that's created from that. See the big V, and that's in line with the water. See, the water's coming straight in, big V. That's your deposit. That's a gold deposit, and it continues on, as you can see. And then, you know, you've got these parts of the river where you go, oh yeah, this should be good. And then, you know, you go down parts of the river and find a few specks here and there, nothing amazing. That's what this part of the river is. And it's because this would technically be another high velocity zone where the bedrock is just too shallow, so there's nothing depositing. See, that's a very shallow sandbar. And this is your inside bend here. So from further down again. See, look. Only a little shallow flood deposit. You'd call that. That'd be a flood deposit. Not really worth it. But then you get back a bit. I'll just zoom out a little bit. Sorry, guys. And then another huge tree's come down. So look what's happened. It's slowed down the velocity of the water and created this huge sandbar. So this would be a beach. This would be a massive beach on any river. So you can see, you'd go, okay, in any prospecting sense, you'd go, all right, inside bend, old rivers come through here. So check here. That might be the case in some spots. But if you don't want to dig all day through clay and stuff to get to the overburden, just go to where the velocity drops off. And as you can see, look at the huge rocks just on the edge of the water where the velocity is dropping off. And I'll zoom out a bit so you can actually see where they're dropping off and why. That wasn't me, by the way. That's some kind of animal. I have no idea what kind of animal could have left that print. But there's a kangaroo one there, so I'm assuming it's a kangaroo, but a bit strange. Yeah, you see the gravels, the big rig gravels depositing right on that edge of the curve. So friction, look at all the friction. So you look where the sands start turning to sands and then where it starts getting gravelly. You see that? You can see here too. Yeah, that'll help a lot, guys. And then right out in the middle of the river, nothing. It's all your stuff's here. It's all on the edges. See, this is technically almost the middle of the river, but look what's depositing there. You can see that's your heavies. That's where you're going to be finding your gold. And then a waterfall to nothing. But yeah, so let's look back again. Just slowly walk up so you can see what's going on, and you can pause it and then just have a look to get a sense of what's going on. So we've got that there. Because of that. Got much along here. Got a, see, we've got a nice deposit. That's your fresh deposit at the start. And then you've got your gravel deposit at the end. Yep, see, nothing, nothing, nothing. A little pit. Just after this, it's dropped off enough to drop off gravels. See, another little sandbar there. A couple of decent gravels, but nothing huge like the deposit we've seen earlier. And then we've got a huge deposit along here. You can see it. It's because of that rock again. And then because of that huge tree. And then at the front, you can see it again. Just sandbar build up because of the friction slowing down, so the sand builds up. But right down the edge, there's decent stuff. And then this is the middle of the river sandbar, I'd call it. So see how it's depositing around that? See how it reacts around the objects? See how it's not directly beyond the objects? I've been saying that to everyone. See how it's around the edge? That's what you're looking for. And again, this spot, it's all on that edge. And that's the waterfall. And you can see the way that's running, it'd be running straight over that, but it's dropping right there in a line. And this is all crap, and this is sand. Excuse me. Alright guys, I really hope that helps, because just seeing videos like that really gives me an idea on large scale perspective of where I should be looking, and I really hope it does you too, guys. And yeah, thank you so much and enjoy the video. I'll catch you guys soon, and yeah. yeah, hopefully it's not horrible weather and I can actually find some more gold. All right, have a good one, guys.